It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
2, 3, 4 for the final time.
Win number 1 on the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the NOFSRL Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Our week in Massachusetts concludes here this afternoon as we travel to the most well-known track in all of NOFSRL 2003. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the one, the only Coca-Cola Superspeedway in Concord, Massachusetts, as we are just minutes away from kicking things off for the 23rd race of the 2021 season for the NOFSRL Mission Barbecue Cup Series, the Coca-Cola 500. Good afternoon once again, everybody. My name is Trey Wright as we welcome you to the track with live MBCS coverage on NASCAR Nerd 34 for Our week in Massachusetts concludes here this afternoon as we travel to the most well-known track in all of NOFSRL 2003. Our week in Massachusetts concludes here this afternoon as we travel to the most well-known track in all of NOFSRL 2003. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the one, the only, the Coca-Cola Superspeedway in Concord, Massachusetts. We're just minutes away from kicking things off for the 23rd race of the 2021 season for the NOFSRL Mission Barbecue Cup Series, the Coca-Cola 500. Good afternoon once again, everybody. My name is Trey Wright as we welcome you to the track with live MBCS coverage on NASCAR Nerd 34. 4 races have been run in the inaugural Dunkin Week of Speed. We have only 1 race left to go in this tour of Massachusetts racing. And what a week it has been so far. Caleb Rose, Brendan Yodel, Charlie Davenport, and Tyler Reynolds have all made visits to Body Armor Victory Lane over the course of the past 6 days, with the last race in Boston proving to be quite pivotal in the points. More on that in a moment, but first I just want to thank all of you guys for tuning in and watching these past couple of races this week. With NASCAR being off in real life with the Olympics going on, it's really nice to see some form of motorsports online. For better or for worse, you know the series is just a meme in itself, but thank y'all for sticking around and tuning into these races. But this race in particular is an important one. It marks the 5 to go mark before we form the field for the 2021 Mission Barbecue Cup Series chase. And as we alluded to earlier, that Boston race a couple of days ago has really shaken things up a bit. Take a look on the right-hand side of your screen at your current point standings. Remember how I said at the top of the show at Boston how big Braden Perez's points lead was? Well, that aged like milk, as Tyler Reynolds now holds a 9-point lead over the 92 machine, coming out of a very controversial race in which Tyler Reynolds seemed to have dumped Perez in the early stages of the Craftsman 500, negating Braden to a 38th place finish as Tyler took the W in Boston. Reynolds' teammate Mitchell Collins remains 3rd in the standings, Trey Smith-Rice up to 4th, and Aiden McCrose up to 5th, 164 points behind Tyler Reynolds. Tristan Allen, Zachary Fitzwater, Ryan Durrani, Nelson Reeves, and John Andrews make up the back 5 of the current top 10, and you may have noticed that a name that we have not mentioned yet, who is Madison Tall. Tall is currently 11th in the point standings, only 8 points behind John Andrews. She currently holds one of 2 current wildcard positions, the other held by Logan Alexander at the moment. She does start second on the grid this afternoon, so we'll have to see how everything works out in the final 5 regular season races. Her biggest fan at the moment is the 17 of Logan Williams, who will regain that wildcard position if Tall gets back inside the top 10, but like we've seen the past couple of weeks, Logan Williams has not been doing too well in the points and has been falling ever so slightly every single week down to that top 30 cut line. So we'll have to see what he does. But like we have said all season long, anything can happen, especially in these next 5 weeks. And that cut line is looking very, very dangerous for guys like John Andrews, Madison Tall, John Andrews, Nelson Reeves, Zachary Fitzwater, who just recently got up inside the top 10. Guys like Josh Williamson, who is 35 points behind John Andrews. Brendan Yalda, who is just 60 behind. Logan Alexander, he does have the other wild card position. But Keegan Thompson, he is looking to gain some ground here in the late stages. He is only, as I just dropped my paper on the floor, Keegan Thompson is only 109 points behind John Andrews, and a bunch of these guys, not even Mitchell Collins, who's third in the points, is safe at the moment. Nobody is currently locked in the chase as of right now. Not even Tyler Reynolds, who is the points leader with 2,640 points. A lot can change from now and then, and you gotta think about someone like Daniel Bouchard, who has had a great string of top 15 finishes in the month of July. He can make some noise. He is up to 16th in the points. He's been doing really well. He doesn't have a good starting position here, but it's a super speedway. You don't need a good starting position to do well here. Or even someone like Eric Monaco has been very consistent as of late. Caleb Rose, or any driver getting another win or two in the next couple of races, it could put them in a wild card position, and just a couple of drivers getting a few wins can really make a difference between now and the drop of the checkered flag at North Wilkesboro. That is exactly how Jonathan Logan got it done last season, and guess what? He ended up as your inaugural Mission Barbecue Cup Series champion. But we must run the races to decide who will do what, and we're about to run one right now. It's that time of the broadcast again, folks. For the final time this week, let's head down trackside to get the starting command for this 42-lap race at the fastest track in all of NR 2003.
Drivers, start your engines!
All 40 cars roar to life on the pit lane of the Coca-Cola Superspeedway, about to get this 42-lap race going, ladies and gentlemen. Nathan Smith won the pole position earlier this afternoon. He pockets 5 bonus points for doing so. 2 is outside. The number 99 of Madison Tall, as we mentioned earlier, looking for a good run in that advanced auto parts Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Row number 2 of the 88 of Landon Smith Jr., teammate to Nathan Smith in the 25, starts alongside the 0 of Colton Yeo, coming off of his 4th second place finish of 2021 last week at Boston. Row number 3, we have the number 32 of Caleb Rose, your first hillside winner back on Saturday afternoon. He starts alongside the number 46 of John Andrews. Row number 4, the 40 of Dustin Davis, starts alongside the number 91 of Derek Hamill, teammate to John Andrews. And row number 5, the 62 of Brendan Wilmington, your defending winner of the Coca-Cola 500, starts alongside the man, the myth, the legend himself, Zachary Fitzwater in the number 9. So make sure all the cars roll off the starting grid. So go down the back straightaway. KFC race report at the bottom left-hand side of your screen. It is going to be a 42-lap race around this 3-mile in length super duper speedway here in Concord, Massachusetts. Pit window is between laps 24 and 27 laps, and could see some strategy play out here. Last year's race, when caution free, so we saw some strategy play out in there. Banking in the corners is 36 degrees, 10 on the straightaways, and these cars do not have restrictor plates here, so we're going to be seeing speeds of over 240 miles an hour. And as we mentioned previously, Brendan Wilmington is a defending winner of the Coca-Cola 500. As the Dodge Charger pace car makes a hard left-hand turn down the pit lane. We're about to get the final race of the Dunkin Week of Speed going, ladies and gentlemen. Through the gears they go. Nathan Smith and Madison Tall lead them to the line. And we are Grand Flag racing here at Coca-Cola. 3 wide going down the back straightaway for the first time. Caleb Rose in the middle of a 3 wide situation there as they rocket around turn number 4. Look at this camera angle here. Absolute insanity. Insane way that these guys are carrying speed through the corners at the line. Nathan Smith is going to lead lap number 1, but Brendan Wilmington trying to pick up right where he left off. And at the line, 214 miles per hour, the average speed. Wilmington rocketing around here at 240 miles an hour. If this thing stays green, these guys are going to do 42 laps around here, lickety split. They do around 40-second lap times as for the race lead. Ryan Benjamin, help from the 17 of Logan Williams and Josh Williamson. Now Williamson and Williams move to the inside of Benjamin. Williamson moves to the inside of Williams. Logan Williams, like we mentioned at the top of the show, one of those drivers that desperately needs the points. And he will lead lap number 2 of 42 here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. 2 down, 40 laps to go here. If you're just tuning in, how about Keegan Thompson? Started outside the top 10 as that's a risky block there that Ryan Benjamin just put on Zachary Davis. How about, like we were saying, how about Keegan Thompson? Another one of those drivers is Brendan Wilmington. Makes a very aggressive block on Jordan Lopez. That 81 driver is not going to be happy about that. Like we were saying, how about Keegan Thompson in the number 14 car as he falls back, probably going to be outside the top 5. Thompson has been had a pretty up and down season, to say the least. Pretty much the same way that last season went, just up and down throughout the entirety of the season. He is up in here inside the top 10, about to fall outside the top 10, and potentially as Josh Williamson leads consecutive laps for the first time this afternoon. Hamill moves to the inside of Nathan Smith, who wants to get back up to the race lead. They're going to be 3 wide for 3rd for a brief moment, then fall back to 2 wide. Logan Williams trying to get around the 98 of Josh Williamson. He is going to get there. Help from Ryan Benjamin. And off the corner, Williamson is not going to have the run on the outside, so Logan Williams will lead his 2nd lap of the afternoon. Riley Sampson has come down the pit road for an unscheduled pit stop. Not sure what the deal is that was there. Might have had a left rear tire going down. Oh boy! Wilmington and Thompson getting a little too close for comfort there on the exit of 2, and that's going to open the door for Trey Smith in the Body Armor Team Velocity 52 Camry to make it 3 wide for 2nd. Wilmington and Thompson still leaning hard on one another, and Keegan will fall outside the top 10 here. That outside lane does not work, and you are seeing it right there and right now. Sampson will be lapped as Ryan Benjamin goes to the point for the first time this afternoon. Camry's running 1-2 at the moment, and just as I say that, Juan Rodriguez pokes his head up into here. I'm surprised. I am actually surprised that I have not mentioned Juan Rodriguez's win yet this season. Rodriguez does have a victory in 2021, if you recall back to the New Year's 500. Back on January 1st, Juan Rodriguez won that race at the Neshannock Superspeedway, currently running 2nd at the moment, behind Ryan Benjamin in the 15. Rodriguez does know how to get it done on the super speedways. I think his best track this season actually is the super speedways statistically, but now he's going to fall outside the top 5 on that outside lane. Cameron Garlington has got a teammate up here, Noah Clifton. Those guys are going to shake and bake up to the top position. Miles in the 05, one of the lap down drivers that was proved to be very problematic a couple of days ago at Boston. And Garlington will come around to lead lap number 7. So going to go 3 wide on the corner. They can go 3 wide. It looked like Caleb Rose can get ducked down to pit lane there for a split second. But Garlington will lead lap number 7. It's for the race lead. Owen Miles to the inside of Cameron Garlington and Noah Clifton. Ryan Benjamin go around. Caution flag is out. I believe that was it. No, it's not. Keegan Thompson, Dustin Davis, Cole Sampson, and Jordan Lopez hard in the outside wall through turn 2. Commentator's curse right there. It's Dustin Davis, along with Cole Sampson, will be going to the garage area after this one. Race back to the line. It's going to be Josh Williamson in the 98. Daisy Johnson not going to get there in time. Williamson will lead them back to the line. 8 down of the scheduled 42 here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. We are under the yellow flag for the first time this afternoon. Just as I was saying that they could go 3 wide through the corner. Ryan Benjamin and Jordan Lopez, excuse me, Noah Clifton get tangled up, sent to the outside wall, and puts us underneath the yellow flag for the first time this afternoon. And we'll see if these guys come down the pit lane. They can't make it from here. The most they can do is 27. So we'll have to see what Josh Williamson and the rest of the field decide. We could see some strategy under this yellow. And it looks like Josh Williamson and pretty much the whole field is going to make the hard left-hand turn down the pit lane. Pretty much everybody is going to come down the pit lane. Oh, some sort of contact in the back there. Not sure who that was. Ryan Durrani in the 38. Ran in the back of Stapleton, I believe it was. So tough break for Durrani, but Josh Williamson down the pit lane. We'll see what the call is. Right now, right side tires going on the car. It's just going to be right sides only for the Powerade Monte Carlo and just a single tank of octane racing fuel. I believe that is probably going to be the majority of the strategy early on in this one. Oh, and Madison Tall and Colton Yoke get together on the pit lane, and so do Caleb Rose and John Andrews. So a lot of contact being made on the pit lane. Riley Sampson stayed out, but I believe he is 1 lap down. Yes, he is, so he'll be on the tail end of the lead lap. Tough break for Riley Sampson. Not sure what happened to him. Josh Williamson led them off of the pit lane, and he will lead them back to the green flag here in just a short moment. But first, let's take a look and see what happened and bring out the first caution of the afternoon here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway in the Coca-Cola 500. So as you see, Owen Miles tucked down at the inside of Cameron Garlington for the lead. Cameron Garlington's teammate, Noah Clifton, is going to make slight contact going into turn 1 with the 15 of Ryan Benjamin, your Daytona 500 champion from last season. Both those cars make contact and get turned around. Thankfully, they were on the outside lane. And then just turning around, entering that high corner, 36 degrees banked corner here. And thankfully, that was just it for that accident. But you go back up into here. A lot of guys cutting down on the sharp transition from the banking to the apron. Let's see who ARCA breaks. I think it's going to be the 5 of Cole Sampson. Doesn't get slowed down enough. Makes contact with Dustin Davis and then turns those guys up on the racetrack right into Thompson. Nowhere for Lopez to go either. That's going to be the biggest thing of this accident. It wasn't even the root cause. Davis and Sampson definitely going to be knocked out from this one. Potentially Jordan Lopez. Saw Thompson get off the pit lane under the caution flag, but he's going to be a handful of laps down. And then these guys just teleport to pit lane. Doesn't appear that there's any mortal damage to them. I believe that was about it. So 2 separate accidents is here to bring out the first caution of the afternoon. And Cole Sampson really kind of a rookie mistake out of the veteran there, going through could not get slowed down in time, and unfortunately is going to take himself and probably 2 other cars out of the running here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. Following along with Ryan Benjamin in the 15 car. Ian Clifton just get turned sideways going through the corner. Thankfully, they are not hit by anybody else. But this accident, this caution I should say, was not completely casualty-free. Cole Sampson cannot get slowed down in time. And gets caught up with the 40 of Dustin Davis and the 81 of Jordan Lopez, as well as Keegan Thompson, your Rockingham winner from back in March. Thankfully, that was the entire incident here. And of course, we saw some contact on the pit lane. Ryan Durrani ran to the back of Nathan Stapleton, I believe it was, so he will probably have his issues on the racetrack. But right now, Josh Williamson in the number 98 car led them back to the caution flag, led them off the pit lane. Let's see what he can do on the restart here as we clean up caution number 1 of the Coca-Cola 500. We're back here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway, wrapping up the first caution of the afternoon. Take a look and see who was knocked out from that accident. Noah Clifton, Dustin Davis, the 81 of Jordan Lopez, the 5 of Cole Sampson, 15 of Ryan Benjamin is still on the racetrack, but Colton Yo is not going to finish second here or first or any good position in that Rich Energy machine. So he will join the rest of the guys in the garage area. Riley Sampson is on the tail end of the lead lap, so that's why he is in front of race leader Josh Williamson. About to lead them back through the gears to get this race restarted. Your top 5 going back through, back to the line are Josh Williamson, Daisy Johnson, Will Parrish, Owen Miles, and Zachary Davis. The green flag is back out in the air here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway, and already we see a couple of guys diving down to the inside. Take advantage of this draft here building. Riley Sampson definitely has a pretty fast car. I just don't know what happened. I believe he might have had a tire going down. As Owen Miles will block the 92 of Braden Perez. Williamson will get to the inside of Riley Sampson. Williamson does have, I believe, 3-lap fresher tires. In fact, the whole field has 3-lap fresher tires than Riley Sampson. So he is probably going to be going to the back here soon. It's been a really tough season for Riley Sampson for the race lead. Owen Miles looked high on Williamson. Williamson blocked high, but Miles sold him a dummy. He is going to have help from the man second in the points, Braden Perez, to shoot out to the points lead. Now Perez, can he do the same thing down the back straightaway? He's going to get right to the back bumper of that Reese's 05 machine. And he's going to peek down the inside any second now. And there he goes. He's going to have some drafting help a little bit back from Cameron Garlington as these guys draft cancel going through turn 2. It's going to allow Garlington, Allen, a couple of the Buck Racing machines as well to catch up to this pack. These leaders, I should say. For the race lead at the line, Braden Perez will lead his first lap of the afternoon. Owen Miles wants that lead back. He's got his Chevrolet teammate behind him at the moment. Now Garlington, got the 05 a little bit aero loose. It's going to stall those guys out down the back straightaway. Now what does Tristan Allen do? He's going to move down to the inside of both Garlington and Miles. 3 wide for the second position once again as Braden Perez paces the field here on lap number 15 of 42. Garlington will win the battle for second. Miles will lose out. He's probably going to fall outside the top 5 here in just a few short moments. Single file for the first 5 positions. Go back into here. Garlington, help from the 56 of Allen. Derek Hamill's back up in here. Started 8th on the grid, if I'm not mistaken. And here he is going to be make it 3 wide for the lead down the back straightaway. Garlington scraping the wall. You may have noticed that there are now safer barriers here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. It has been revamped in that regard, similar to its sister tracks of Hillside and Papyrus. And we'll have the lead at the moment. But the 02 of Will Parrish utilizing the 24 of Riley Sampson with drafting help. Going to go to the front here at the line. Barely edges out the 91 of Derek Hamill. Fastest lap at the moment belongs to Braden Perez. 43 seconds around this 3-mile racetrack. They're going to catch up to Ryan Benjamin soon. Benjamin is only going 214 miles an hour. These guys are going 30 mile an hour as fast as Riley Sampson ducked down the inside of Will Parrish. Tristan Allen did the same. Parrish getting hung out to dry will go back with Hamill. Allen to the race lead. Williamson is going to poke down low. No, he keeps his nose clean for now. What about Brendan Yodel being up in here? Up inside the top 5 at the moment. Allen will lead that lap around. Trey Smith has been on a bit of a hot streak the past couple of races, I should say, excluding Papyrus, where he finished last in the RaceDiecast.com 300K, but right now vying for the race lead, closing in on the halfway point in the Coca-Cola 500. Mitchell Collins, all 3 Buck Racing cars have been inside the top 5. Right now, they're both inside, all 3 of them are inside the top 10, so a good point state for Buck Racing at the moment, and not sure what happened. Did someone blow up? Yes, the other Davis brother, Zachary Davis, has blown an engine. He should be able to make it back around. He's going 100 miles an hour, but both Davis brothers having issues. And Aiden McCrow is the lone full frontal motorsports driver left in the field, and that's going to split the pack up just a tiny bit. Trey Smith leads. They're about to catch Ryan Benjamin probably this lap, I'd gauge. Now the Buck Racing guys are trying to get formed up. You see all of the 3 of them in the same frame. Davis will make it down the pit lane. Now Trey Smith gets past the 15 of Ryan Benjamin. Brendan Yodel in hot pursuit of this 52 Camry. Same with Tristan Allen. Help from your Chicagoland winner of Mitchell Collins. Right now, Trey Smith is a lone veteran up in this front pack that does not have a win in his Mission Barbecue Cup Series career. A couple of guys that we haven't mentioned yet in this race so far. Actually, I think Logan Alexander is the only guy in this top pack we have not mentioned in the race so far. Riley Sampson still hanging tough in here, despite being a lap down. Next time by will be the halfway point. Tristan Allen now catching up to the 38 of Ryan Durrani. See what these guys are able to do. Durrani's going to hold up Will Parrish just a bit. Trey Smith gets in the outside wall. Oh, we got another accident. See who it is? It's Brayden Perez. The 99 of Madison Toll. Perez is going to go on his side. He's going to flip upside down. No, I believe he is not. Don't believe he is. Charlie Davenport and Eric Monaco involved in this. And the yellow flag is back out here exactly halfway through the Coca-Cola 500. Tristan Allen will lead them back to the line. The cross flags waving with the yellow flag. We're back into the yellow here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway at exactly the halfway point. I think I've said that quite a few times. But Madison Toll and Brayden Perez, Toll especially, really needed good runs here this afternoon. I don't believe they're going to be knocked out. I think they were caught on the banking, similar to with Ryan Benjamin and Noah Clifton. So I think they should be able to rejoin the pack here, rejoin the race, albeit a couple of laps down probably. Tristan Allen is your leader at the moment. Derek Hamill is second. Logan Alexander, two-time winner this season, is third. Your Chicagoland winner, Mitchell Collins, is fourth. And rounding your top 5 at the moment is the 48 of Juan Rodriguez. I should mention that Tristan Allen does have a win this season at Richmond before the quote-unquote COVID break. And it doesn't appear that anybody is going to come down the pit lane that was not involved in this accident. Eric Monaco was. I'm surprised Charlie Davenport is staying out. Monaco is going to come down, probably just to repair some damage. And that will be it. Tristan Allen leads your field here as we are past the halfway point through the Coca-Cola 500. So take a look and see what happened to bring out the second caution of the afternoon here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway in the final race of what has been a wild Dunkin' week of speed. So this is almost identical to what happened with Ryan Benjamin and Noah Clifton here. Watching the 99 Madison Tall get a little loose after riding the lightning there on the outside wall. Gets into the 92 of Braden Perez. And both those cars are going to go for a bit of a ride here on the outside. The only difference between the Ryan Benjamin and Noah Clifton accident is the fact that twice as many cars were involved. You see Davenport and Eric Monaco nowhere to go, unfortunately. And the ironic thing is the fact that Ryan Benjamin was right in front of these guys when that happened. Yellow flag obviously coming out. Monaco trying to get around. Davenport will slide with these guys. It has not been a good day so far for the Otter Island Motorsports camp. But we are only halfway, so still plenty of time for them to get back up in here. Braden Perez does not go fully upside down, but when you are stuck on your side like that, that is an eerie feeling. If you don't know that you're going to go upside down or not. The man who was the points leader going into Boston, but lost the points lead coming into Coca-Cola, is not going to have another good finish in this one. So Tyler Reynolds is probably the best man. Is probably the most excited about this accident. But obviously you don't want to see someone caught up in some sort of accident like this. Following along with Madison Tall in the real-time replay. This makes contact with Perez, spins both of those cars around. Thankfully, I don't believe anybody will be knocked out from this accident. As Davenport, Tall, and Braden Perez will all spin down. Perez will teleport back to pit lane momentarily. And that was pretty much it. Not the biggest accident we've seen here in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, but one of the few accidents we've seen here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. Remember, we went caution-free here last year. But Tristan Allen led them back to the line. Nobody came down the pit lane except for Eric Monaco to repair some damage. So let's see what Allen, Hamill, and all these guys can do on the restart here as we are officially past the halfway point in the Coca-Cola 500. We're back here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway, wrapping up our second caution of the afternoon. Nobody was knocked out from that accident. It was a valve that took out the zero of Colton Yo and a camshaft that took out Zachary Davis. 34 cars remain on the racing surface. 29 of them are on the lead lap. Your top 5 going back through the Reese's restart zone are the 56 of Tristan Allen, the 91 of Derek Hamill, the 20 of Logan Alexander, the 78 of Mitchell Collins, and the 48 of Juan Rodriguez. Back through the gears that go. Allen leads them back to the line. Green flag racing here. A couple lap down cars, and Madison Tall pulling a Kyle Busch. She's going to get one of her laps back. She's probably going to be a sitting duck in a couple laps as the lap down drivers of Durrani, Ryan Benjamin, Riley, actually Sampson is a lot faster than these guys. But these lap down machines holding up the leaders. Allen and Hamill are able to scoot by at the moment. Same with Riley Sampson. Actually, if a caution comes out now, Riley Sampson will get his lap back. So he's praying that some lap down car shenanigans happen here on the front straightaway. Before Tristan Allen passes him, Allen is going to move to the inside of Riley Sampson. They are getting really choked up in this pack. Durrani and Benjamin holding up the outside lane. Oh, they're going to make some contact. Oh, boy. Mitchell Collins ping-ponging off of his teammate. They're going to go 4 wide off the corner. Oh, this is going to be tight. Going to be tight. Contact being made. Are they going to be able to save it? No. Owen Miles turned around on the back straightaway. Is the yellow out? Yes, the yellow is out. And Riley Sampson is thinking, gosh diddly dang darn it. Could have had my lap back. Derek Hamill will lead them back to the line. The yellow flag is back out here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. Thankfully, that was it. It was just Owen Miles getting knocked out, knocked around. But oh boy, that was some pinball wizardry on the front straightaway, and unfortunately, it could not work for long. Chase Buck is cringing, seeing 2 of his cars involved in an accident here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. Now, it is lap 28. These guys can mathematically make it from here, so We'll have to see if these guys come down the pit lane to top off to be sure they are able to make it to the end. Derek Hamill has had, actually he does have, I don't know what I'm trying to word, how I'm trying to word this. Derek Hamill has 2 second place finishes in Dunkin Week of Speed. They're back to back, in fact. Finished second to Brendan Yodel in the Hillside Nightcap, and then just 2 days later in whatever you want to call that papyrus race. Finished second to Charlie Davenport as Riley Sampson will come down the pit lane. He is about at his, where he came down for a flat tire, he's about at his strategy. See, Mitchell Collins, Josh Williamson, all those guys were involved in the accident, so it makes sense why they're coming down the pit lane. We're going to focus with Mitchell Collins. Collins has been one of the faster drivers all day, so obviously he's going to get some repairs on that 78 Logitech Taurus. We'll see if he changes any tires. Not going to change any tires. Same with Owen Miles. He's going to do anything. Josh Williamson going to come down. Nope. Just repairs for the 78. Probably going to be the same thing for all those guys involved in that accident. So, I mean, Coca-Cola is a 3-mile track. Getting repairs and then just putting service on the car isn't going to kill you. So, I'm not entirely sure what the deal was there. But Derek Hamill led them back to the caution flag. Let's see what happened and bring out the third caution of the afternoon here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway in the Coca-Cola 500. So 4 wide never works here at any track, even if the track is about 5 lanes too wide. They always bottleneck going down the straightaways. Owen Miles is going to get up into the 98 of Josh Williamson, your Bridgehampton winner, who ricochets into your Chicagoland winner, Mitchell Collins. And it looked like they were going to save it at that moment. Collins was able to keep it straight, but then a tap from behind from the 28 of Garlington spins around the 05. Fitzwater gets a piece of it in the 9. That's going to kill his aerodynamics just a bit. Thankfully, this was in the back of the field. You see Nathan Smith and Josh Williamson getting together. They almost spin out. Daisy Johnson making evasive maneuvers in the 53. And a lot of debris on the racetrack. Obviously, they had to throw the yellow out. And Owen Miles spinning down into the infield of the back straightaway. Thankfully, that was it. We haven't seen too many cautions. In fact, the only accident that has taken others out wasn't even the cause of the caution, though. It's just guys not being smart on the cooldown lap. So, relatively small cautions here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. Nonetheless, we are under the yellow flag here for the 3rd time this afternoon. Let's take a look at the real-time replay, then get you back to the action here in the Coca-Cola 500. 4 wide doesn't work, as we mentioned. And like we said, it looked like they were going to save it, but a tap from Garlington, another tap from Fitzwater. Turns around the 05 of Owen Miles. The yellow flag is obviously deployed. I think John Andrews may have gotten a little bit of damage in the 46. But nonetheless, I don't believe anybody's going to be knocked out from this accident. And that is a good thing. Derek Hamill led the field back to the caution flag. Nobody came down the pit lane that was not involved in the accident. Let's see what Hamill, Allen, Trey Smith, and the rest of the drivers can do on this restart as we clean up caution number 3 here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. We're back here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway, wrapping up the 3rd caution of the Coca-Cola 500. Nobody was knocked out from that accident. Still 34 cars remaining on the racetrack, with 29 of them still on the lead lap. Your top 5 going back through the Reese's restart zone are Derek Hamill, your Richmond winner Tristan Allen, 52 of Trey Smith, your last winner at Boston in the Mr. Barbecue Cup Series, Tyler Reynolds, and the 02 of Will Parrish to make up the top 5 positions here. Pace car pulls down the pit lane once again. Hamill leads them back through the gears. And 11 laps remaining in the Coca-Cola 500. Brendan Yodel already peeking down to the inside of the lap down car. Same with Riley Sampson. Madison Tall didn't get as much of a jump as she would have liked. And now Allen and the rest of this pack are going to be trapped down some lap machines. And that's going to be good for Derek Hamill at the moment. Now Tristan Allen and the rest of this pack are probably going to get around the lap down cars, and Allen is now going to be a sitting duck. Excuse me, no. Hamill is going to be a sitting duck. Allen with drafting help from Trey Smith. Tyler Reynolds, as we mentioned, looking for 2 in a row. First time in Mission Barbecue Cup Series history that would happen. Parrish moves to the inside of Madison Tall. Smith moves down to the inside of Allen for second as they rapidly close in on the 91 machine. Side by side, we have another accident. Who is it? It's another one in turn 1. And it's Nelson Reeves and then 79 of Ethan Lewis. And for the second race in a row, Ethan Lewis will go upside down. And the yellow flag is back out here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. They're going to race back to the line. Trey Smith. Is Riley Sampson going to get his lap back? Sampson's thinking, oh my goodness gracious. Finally, I'm going to be back on the lead lap. Allen, in a dead heat with Trey Smith, is going to lead the race back to the line. And that was, oh boy. That was quite an interval there. Oh, almost lost it there. Almost lost it. These guys are running on fumes. That caution probably could not have come out at a better time. These guys definitely have to come down the pit lane. Riley Sampson will finally get his lap back in the number 24 machine. Another 2 cars clipping the outside wall, probably off entering turn number 1. Might have to thin out the safer barrier just a little bit, or honestly, with the game, just edit the LP files. There's a 38 of Ryan Durrani. I don't think we have mentioned that he has been racing without a hood since he made contact with Nathan Stapleton on the pit lane. And, oh. I guess these guys can make it from here. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it plays out. But nobody's going to come down the pit lane. Is anybody? No, I don't believe anybody. If I'm Riley Sampson, I'm thinking, screw it. I know I've already pit, but let's come down the pit lane regardless. No, he's going to rocket around 4 and regain with the rest of the field. And it doesn't appear that there's mortal damage on Lewis or your Armory Digital winner Nelson Reeves' respective machines. But let's take a look and see what happened to bring out the 4th caution of the afternoon here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. As Tristan Allen leads around, let's see what happened to bring out caution number 4 in the 2021 edition of the Coca-Cola 500. And it was this exact same situation causing 3 of the 4 current cautions. Ethan Lewis and Nelson Reeves simply just getting turned around going into the corner. And yeah, they are definitely going to have to thin out that safer barrier. Someone is going to have to edit the LP files for these guys. Caution flag obviously triggered. Thankfully, nobody else was involved in this, but Ethan Lewis is going to end up as a turtle on his back here in a couple of moments. And it's a tough break for Ethan Lewis. Has not had the finishes he would like, and he was coming off of 2 straight second-place finishes going into the Dunkin week of speed. But a bad run at Hillside. I think he was knocked out by Papyrus and obviously flipping at Boston and now flipping at Coca-Cola. Probably going to take him out of contention. Probably not out of the race. We'll have to see what happens here with these guys as you see Lewis end up like a beach turtle through the transition through turns 1 and 2. Not the way he wanted his race to go. Same for Nelson Reeves, who has already proved he can win on the Super Speedways, won the NEX 500 at Armory Digital back earlier in the year. But we'll get this mess cleaned up, and we'll get you back to the racing action here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway after we watch this replay in real time. Nelson Reeves and Ethan Lewis getting together through the corner, and too close for comfort there. Thankfully, nobody else got into them. A couple of rookies sparring here at Coca-Cola, and Ethan Lewis flipping upside down on the transition from the racing surface to the apron. that was pretty much it. Lewis might be knocked out since the engine may have flooded there. But we're going to rack him back up, and we have less than 10 laps to go, so we should be single file. Shouldn't have as many lap down cars, proving to be trouble here in the late stages of this race. Tristan Allen in a dead heat, who is side by side, wheel to wheel with the body armor Team Velocity Camry of Trey Smith. Leads him back to the caution flag. Let's see what he and the rest of these guys can do on the restart here in the closing stages of the Coca-Cola 500. We're back here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway, wrapping up the fourth caution of the afternoon. Nobody's knocked out from that accident, but Dano Georgi blew a camshaft, so he will finish in the 34th position. So now 33 cars remain on the racing surface, and 27 of them remain on the lead lap. Riley Sampson is the last car on the lead lap. Gonna get restarted with 5 laps to go in the Coca-Cola 500. Your top 5 going back through the gears are Tristan Allen, Trey Smith, Tyler Reynolds, Will Parrish, and Derek Hamill. Back through the Reese's restart they go. We're back under the green flag here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway with 5 laps remaining in the final race of the Dunkin Week of Speed. And now we're going to see these guys start to get aggressive. Trey Smith already moved down to the inside of his Toyota teammate. You just never know who can get it done. We'll get this man up in the 6th position, the big staple, Nathan Stapleton, looking for his first win of the season, 2nd of his career. Will Parrish is going to go to the point. Help from his Dodge Intrepid teammate of Brendan Yodel. Now Yodel, looking for his 2nd win in a week, is going to make it 3 wide for the race lead, coming around to 4 to go. Yodel will clear both Smith and Parrish. Smith is going to fall back to the end of this pack. And Yodel will lead them back to the line with 4 laps remaining. Stapleton is about to be 3 widely passed by the 48 and the 88. Landon Smith Jr. almost making contact with Will Parrish as they go through the corners. Cameron Garlington up in here, looking for his first win of the season and career. 3 wide is Caleb Rose, looks for a 2nd win as well. Tyler Reynolds also with a shot to get his 2nd win of the Dunkin Week of Speed. The only guy that's not up here that has won this week is Charlie Davenport, who was involved in that accident with Eric Monaco, a couple of other guys. Stapleton moves up to 2nd. 3 laps remaining for Brendan Yodel. Can he get it done? He's going to have to wait and see. He's got a little bit of a lead over these guys, and you do not want to lead this size. He's going to drag the brake just a little bit. Landon Smith Jr., he has been in a slump all season long. Has not had a win in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series since St. Joltis of last season. And he has just had poor finish after poor finish. Does he have anything in the tank in this Polish Star Motorsports machine? And just as I said that he's going to get hung out to dry. 2 laps remaining this time. Popsicle sticks in the air for Brendan Yodel. Juan Rodriguez, he is hungry for his first win in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. He is right on the back bumper of this 26 Intrepid. Still no. Oh, Yodel is going to pull out just a little bit as Hamill will stall out with the 48th draft. Now Hamill moves up to 2nd. He's going to have help from a Chevrolet teammate of Cameron Garlington with a lap and a half remaining. Caleb Rose, utilizing team orders with the 56 of Tristan Allen. Manufacturers beginning to get lined up. Brendan Yodel does not have a manufacturer teammate because Will Parrish is going back to the rear. Going around, white flag waving in the air. One more time around the Coca-Cola Superspeedway for Brendan Yodel. 3 miles remaining in the Coca-Cola 500. He's getting out to a nice lead, but is it too much? Is he peaking too early? I think he is. Here comes Cameron Garlington. Garlington with a run on Yodel down the back straightaway for the final time. He's got an edge. He's got Caleb Rose's drafting help. He's got out the inside lane going into 3. Does anybody have anything for Garlington? He's going to get to the inside. He's there, and he's past the 26 of Yodel. Can Caleb Rose get to him in time? No, he is not. Garlington, with the last lap pass, will win his first race of the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Garlington wins the final race of the Dunkin Week of Speed at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. Four first-time winners in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series this week, with Caleb Rose, Brendan Yodel, Charlie Davenport, and now Cameron Garlington getting the job done here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. Fastest lap belonged to Braden Perez, so he will gain 5 bonus points for that. But Cam the man, one of the oldest guys in R23, gets it done here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. Cameron Garlington is going to body armor victory lane for the first time this season and in his career. What a race that was. Cameron Garlington is the official winner of the Coca-Cola 500 here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. But what a run for Cameron Garlington. He is your official winner of the Coca-Cola 500. You take a look at your official standings after race number 23 of the 2021 season for the NOFSRL Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Cameron Garlington gets his inaugural win here at the Coca-Cola Superspeedway. And this is going to wrap up the Dunkin Week of Speed with 4 first-time winners in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. And a guy that has got his first win of the season. So, first-time winners in 2021, if you think about it, throughout this entire week. What a week of racing this was. It was chaotic and sometimes stupid. Papyrus, that'll go down in history as one of the worst races on this channel, maybe with the Badlands. But you take a look at the guys. Brennan Yodel, oh so close, but he has been on a tear throughout the entire month of July. And watch out for that 26 team going into the final 4 races before we could take to top 10 in points, and then 2 wildcard drivers to make up the chase. Juan Rodriguez finishes out the podium. Caleb Rose, another good run out of this 32 machine. Might want to pay attention to him as we close in on the chase. And right now your top 5 is Trey Smith, another good run for this 52 machine. 6th is Will Parrish, 7th is Aiden McCrow, 8th is Derek Hamill, 9th is Tristan Allen, and 10th is the big staple, Nathan Stapleton, rounding out your top quarter of the field. Take a look at the rest of your standings. Who'd see who did not finish the race? I don't know what happened to Zachary Davis. Blew a camshaft or something. Well, obviously blew a camshaft. Not sure when that was. But then you see Colton Yo. A lot of mechanical failures in this race. Daniel George, Colton Yo, Zachary Davis, and then Cole Sampson, Jordan Lopez, Dustin Davis, and Noah Clifton involved in that lap 8 accident, if I'm not mistaken. And that is your official race results for the Coca-Cola 500. And ladies and gentlemen, the intensity is about to be ratcheted up. We are off for this weekend. Obviously, there's no race Saturday. These drivers need a break. I need a break from recording 5 races in a week. But in a week, on the first race of August, on the 7th of August, we go road racing at the Glen. The New York Sports 355 at the Glen will be live at noon Eastern Time from Watkins Glen on August 7th. 1 week and a day from today. And from there on out, it is the final stretch before we cut off the chase. Indianapolis, the Menard 500 on August 14th. Michigan, the Cheese at 400 presented by Ford on August 21st. And North Wilkesboro, the ASCI Hard 400 from the Borough. Before we take the top 10 points once again in 2 wildcard drivers to make up the 2nd ever chase field in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. That is all I've got. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this edition of the Mission Barbecue Cup Series on NASCAR Nerd 34. Like I just said, that is all I've got. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your points after the first 23 races of 2021. Congratulations once again to Cameron Garlington. And from the Coca-Cola Superspeedway, this has been NASCAR Nerd 34, signing off.